Camoccio Gunmark TV, and I've got here one of the relatively new models from Gamo. This is a spring piston traditional style break barrel air gun, and it's the Gamo Whisper Sting. Quite a slick looking gun. Obviously the most sort of eye-catching part is the all-weather guarded synthetic stock, sporter style stock, and then you've got up front you've got the sort of whisper arrangement there, so you've got a sort of extended synthetic shroud and what looks like a silencer. I think there's a couple of expansion chambers in there, but obviously it all helps through a brake barrel system. You've got some really good leverage up there, which is nice. And now sight wise, you can just, if you can pick out there, they've got the fibre optic open sights, so you can see that's nice and clear, hooded as well, so that will protect it from damage. Looking to the rear sight, a really nicely made neat little fully adjustable rear sight there, which is great. So you've got finger wheels, all click adjustable, and you've got proper adjustment on there as well. So this is just what you want when you're starting out. I mean, I'd always recommend use those open sights before you even think about a scope. Now moving back, you've got the obviously machined scope rails onto the cylinder, and then as you can note there, that actual is like a little arrestor plate which they've screwed to the cylinder there. If you back up your rear mount right up to that, you're counteracting any scope creep as well. So obviously you know you're going to get that occasionally with spring guns, depending on how much recoil there is. But yeah, it's a nice little feature. Two-stage trigger. You've got, and again, that's quite a nice trigger on this. It's basic design, very few components, but it's not bad at all. Not that heavy, and it's quite a wide little blade. And little details like that makes all the difference. A wide blade just spreads the load on the finger, and it's so much nicer to use. In-guard safety catch, so that's sort of resettable as such. Moving there, obviously that's rather reminiscent of the old beloved air sporter. Nice sort of curved breech block there. It is a bit of plastic there, but hey, it's we can let them off that because this does perform quite nicely. Synthetic stock, as I say, you've got a raised, a pronounced cheek piece, all ambidextrous, and then a rubber ventilated pad at the back. Now with these, I was getting sort of 10.5, a little bit low, 10.2 to 10.5 foot-pounds, depending on the pellet I used. I ended up with these Premier Ultra Magnum Crossman pellets actually, and with that I've got some superb grips. You'll probably see the groups, we'll show those. So it's extremely accurate, and I have to say very smooth, fairly easy to cock, and a very sort of slick firing cycle. There's a bit, obviously they can vary, all these sort of guns will vary slightly one to the other. It might be a bit more lube inside from the manufacturing process, but overall this did shoot quite nicely. So I'll just put a few shots down the range and you just see it in operation. That's a really smooth cocking stroke actually. Can't really, often they can be quite graunchy and harsh feeling, but not really nice lock up on the breech. Yeah, a little bit of spring resonance, but it's quite a slick action on this. And the safety catch on this is actually manual, so you can choose whether to apply that or not, which is a nice feature. So I mean, I tend to not bother too much, as I often say with safeties, and it's safer to not think about them and just make sure you're firing a shot. But yeah, it's a nice feature to have. So yeah, overall, this is a sort of good traditional, there's a nice solid feel to it, but it's a spring-powered brake barrel. That's the Gamo Whisper Sting.